Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a Pong game in Scratch. So first thing you're going to do is search up scratch.mit.edu. Now it's going to take you to this page and click on this button if you have an account. If you don't have an account, just click on create. But if you do, click on that button and press new project like this. You click on this button, come here and click on new project. But yeah, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name this Pong game, and it might look different from my last video, or if you're just starting, that's okay. The code works exactly the same, so yeah, it's okay. So first go to costumes, and let's just delete this costume right here, and let's make a paddle. So we can delete Scratchy or Scratch Cat, whatever you call them. And let's select the rectangle tool, zoom in quite a bit. Let's get a nice peach color, so I'll go to like orange and I'll get a peach color. I'll set the outline to 5 and I'll make a nice rectangle. I will take it a little bit down and I can select this corner tool. I'm going to be cropping off the edges with this thing. So I'm going to select in the middle of these four dots. I'm going to select here, and I'm going to take my mouse pointer down from there and select here. And make sure it's on the line. Now press these four dots on the side and press backspace. And now you get this. Now we can take it in like this. And we get this nice little paddle. I will take this in more actually. Perfect. This looks really nice. I like it. And I can make it a little bit more smaller, a bit more thinner, and yes, that is perfect. So yeah, we got the paddle, and we can name this sprite paddle, just like so. We can go to code. Let's get a when flag clicked. Let's go to x0 and y negative 150. So what this is doing is when we click this, it's going to go to that position, which is nice because that it can stay there at the bottom of the screen. Now what we can do to make it follow our mouse is forever set X, go to sensing and get the mouse X. And now you see it follows our mouse pointer wherever we go, which is perfect. Next thing we want to do is make a ball. So we can paint a new sprite and we can call ball. We can zoom in quite a bit until you see these 4 grid squares near this plus sign. Now you can select the circle tool and make it fully white and make the outline 3. Now get onto this grid square by holding shift and then until your mouse pointer touches this grid square. And that's a 10 out of 10. 10 by 10, not 10 out of 10. So it's going to come from here, hold shift, and then drag it until it touches this little part from here to here. Now, since we got this ball, we can check, and the size looks good. So let's get a when flag clicked. We're going to go to x0 and y negative 150, which will make it come, actually, no, not 150. Negative 1, not negative 150, 150. That will make it come up here, so we can put that in the when flag click. And now we got everything positioned properly. We got a paddle following our mouse. We want this ball to move and bounce off the edges. So let's point in direction 135. And we can get a forever loop. You can do, also you can do negative 135. I'm just going to do 135. It's your choice, really. So we can get a forever loop. Um, and then we can actually, I'll make it so that this is random. So let's get a forever loop, pick random 1 to 2 equals 1. We're going to point in direction 135. Duplicate this, 2, put in negative 135. Now since we got this, we can also move 11 steps, and then an if on edge bounce. Now what this is doing, okay, whoops, don't do this code. Put this over here, put that right there. Okay, I think I know this. Put a point in direction 135 or negative 135. We can't do it randomly. Then it's gonna do that. And what? Oh, put that on the forever loop. And now you see it is working very nicely and perfectly. So now since we got that, we can make it bounce on our paddle because you see, just see, it's not bouncing on our paddle. It goes straight through it. So over here, let's get an if, get a sensing, and get a touching paddle, and with some random, and to make some randomness, get an and get a pick random 1 to 2 equals 1. So we can point in direction 45. Put that right there. Put this over here. So that's going to give us some randomness. So it's not always going to point in this right direction. And we're going to use two ifs because if we use an if else, we can duplicate this and we put it at negative 45. This won't work. You see, it'll actually just do that. So we need to make it actually, need to make two ifs. So instead of 45, we're going to put negative 45. Instead of 1, we're going to put 2. Put that under this if. And now you see, it goes here. And you see it goes there. And what's happening? Okay, I'm unlucky. Why is this happening? Oh my gosh, I'm so unlucky. What is there? Okay, there. It goes to that side. So that's how you make it random. Instead of always pointing in the direction 45, or always pointing in negative 45. So, yeah, perfect. Okay, now, next thing we're going to do is, you see, when it touches the bottom, nothing really happens. We want it to stop the game. So, we can go to choose a sprite, get the sprite called line. And now, since we have this line sprite, you see if we drag it to the bottom, it's not as big. So I'm just going to set the size to 150. One flag clicked, set size to 150, which will make it more bigger. And we can go to X0 and Y 190, which will make it, whoops, negative 190, which will make it go to the bottom of the screen like so. So now, let's come to our ball, and let's go to control, and under this we can get an if touching line. We can go to events, and we can broadcast a new message. We can name it game over. So a broadcast is basically like an invisible message. So when you broadcast it, you can come to another one and get a when I receive game over. So you're getting that message. So yeah, but we're not going to do it in the sprite. So we're going to paint a new sprite. We're going to get the rectangle tool. We're going to make it fully black. And we're going to make the outline transparent. And we're going to make it like that big so it covers the whole entire screen. I'll make the text red. And I'll make the handwriting marker. How about that? And we can name it game over. And I will come to this diagonal thing and I can stretch it out. And it will be pretty big. But go to X0 and Y0, and that looks nice. So we can get a one flag clicked, hide, and we're gonna go to x0 and y0. And now when I receive game over, let's show, and let's go to front layer, and then let's stop all. So now you see when it touches the bottom of the screen, it's gonna say game over because we lost. The last thing we wanna do is add a score. So let's get an if, um, just right click on this touching paddle and press duplicate. And then let's delete this my variable by right clicking on this my variable and press delete. Now let's make a variable and call it score for all sprites. And we don't, let's show it actually. And what we can do is come to the top and set the score to 0. And now over here, if touching paddle, actually don't do it in this. Come over here in the paddle, set score to 0, come in the ball, and take out this, set score to 0. So now we can go to control, get an if, and go to sensing, oops, and get a touching, and actually make this game over. And now on this paddle, make it touching, where is it? Touching ball, whoops, sorry. If touching ball, we're going to change score by 1. And now you see, it changes the score by 1 every time we touch the ball, which is perfect. And that's our score. And then when we press the flag click, a flag again, our score is 0. So yeah, that's really good. But anyways, yeah, that's it for part 1 in this um, playlist or this Pong game season. But yeah, that's it for part 1. So yeah, I hope you like it. But anyways, yeah, this has been Code Boy, and that's it for. This has been Code Boy, and I'm out.